I've been thinking all day today, how do we explain what the Federal Reserve announced, that it's going to buy up new Treasury securities? Government debt. That's what this is. American debt. They're going to buy to the tune of about $18 billion this debt. Now, this is only a small fraction of the roughly $7 billion in Treasury debt sitting on the Fed's balance sheet already. But we don't know exactly what's on the Fed's balance sheet. We just have to trust them. The Fed hopes that this is going to keep the interest rates low and encourage economic growth. Now, this is how it works. Watch. David Buckner is here with us. Hello, ladies. I feel like Bob Barker in one of the... Anyway, I'm the Fed. Treasury. Broker. I like to call them because that's what's happening here, and you'll understand that as we go along. All right. So, I want to buy some of the American debt, but I don't have enough money. Correct me if I'm wrong here, David. Okay. So I don't have enough money. So I have to tell the Treasury to print some more money for me. But I say to the Treasury, I'm good for it. I've got plenty of assets. Treasury says, well, can I see your assets? No. No, it's mine, but you just have to trust me. So you print some more money, and you give the money to me, right?
Correct.
Why don't you just print about that much? Now, I put this money in with the other money, kind of mix it up. Now, I've got money based on the little black book that nobody can see. Got it? Now, I can't buy this debt from the Treasury.
No.
So what does the Treasury have to do?
They have to sell it to a broker.
But they don't have any real money, do they?
They might have money for a moment, but they're going to come to you and ask you to buy from them what they have just purchased from the Treasury.
Okay, so you have to sell then this debt. Let's just sell this debt.
Those are the bonds.
To you. Here's the bonds. Now I immediately swoop in as the Fed because it would be wrong of me, illegal for me to buy it directly from
and go directly to it because
right.
You're separate entities. You represent the banks, you represent the government.
Got it. So what I do is I now say, oh, it's a third party that has the debt. Let me buy it right away. So I take some of this money, and I give it to you, and you give me this. And I say, man, look at all these assets. I have these and this that you can't look at. But there's more debt. I need to buy more debt, but I don't have enough money. I convince the Treasury, look, I've got these assets and this that you can't look at. Print more money for me. Because remember, your dollar says at the top, take it out, look, it says this note is a Federal Reserve note, the Fed. I'm good for it, really. Now what's happened? I'm going to buy some more from you. Let me go buy these. I'm going to buy these over here, okay?
Which she has purchased from the Treasury.
Right. You purchased. I give that. Okay, so now the broker has money. The Fed has all of our debt. The Treasury is still trying to print more money. But as they print more money, look what's happened. When I started, I had some real actual dollars. But now because they've printed all this extra money, most of it's just bogus money. This is what happens when hyperinflation
just printed and the money is out there now, and that will create inflation because you have an abundance of cash in the economy. And so prices will go up. And the only people hurt by this, the consumer.
What happens in the end, David?
Oh, at some point in time, you're going to have to be able to get the cash out of the economy. So if I'm out here, I'm not a broker, I want to buy that debt. You're going to have to make it very appealing to me by offering me an interest rate much higher than what you paid. The interest rates are going to have to go up for me to say, guess what? I'll buy the debt from you. So for me to ever give you the cash back, to take cash out of the economy, to slow down the inflation, for me to take that off your hands, you're going to have to jack up those interest rates.
Because, America, here's what has to happen. See all the stuff we've printed? In the end, if this works right, and it has never worked before in history of the planet, it's never worked. What has to happen is we have to charge such high interest rates. He has to demand them. That what happens is we go back to all this money, and by charging those high interest rates, we suck all the funny money out. And so we're only left with the money that we had originally in the system. And then the Fed gives all of this back to the Treasury, and they destroy it. It's just that easy. Back in a second.